It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll see Fred Warner, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the 49ers and the Rams on Sunday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They've got Brandon Gordon alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the end.
Taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Allen. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. And the Rams put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team to just score, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get...
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Lance. And that's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former number 1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victor.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Pass complete to Akers on the outrun. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Well, this looks like a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Stafford. They'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Stafford, he's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And the Rams hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 80 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they've built this winning streak, and that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
On 1st down at Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. A touchdown on the kick return and now run through the air. And the Rams have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this, we're going to stop it. And we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Lance now on 1st down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
Trey Lance in at quarterback. His pass complete to George Kittle.
From the 29, Lance. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
This is fielded at the 27. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Deontay Hardy back deep. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Lance on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Rams to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Stafford and the Rams come up first and 10. Right at the 30. He starts with a give to Akers. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 8 yards.
Throwing is Stafford. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Here's Stafford. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now a play fake. Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On second down, here's Mitchell. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Well, Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And as we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Stafford and the Rams come up first and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Stafford's pass. Complete to number 7. It's a gain of 14.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll go again here with Akers. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Tommy Townsend now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On play action, Lance. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mitchell. To throw again on second down, Lance. And that went incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
To throw again on second down, Lance. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Lance again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Lance complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Lance going to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
I know we don't have a special scoreboard to show it, but the offense, they've surrendered more sacks than they have points thus far. This defense, they're winning in all phases of the game right now.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And into the end zone. A pick 6 from the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The football going back to the Rams now. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Stafford here coming off his pick 6. Higbee secures it over the middle. 3 yards remain for 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there and they end up making the play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. That's up. Now the ball comes loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Sanders on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive. And there's the running back, Cam Akers. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Stafford on 1st down. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 49ers.
We'll remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando, and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Again, it's Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To the air again, Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you would end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range. Throwing on first down is Lance. And this is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working from the gun, Lance. Got a man, that's Ayuk. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. On first down, it's Stafford. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. Touchdown, Allen! Allen Robinson. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Rams would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A final shot before half for Lance. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first,
and we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game. but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now. Because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be an even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
At the 16-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up
second down, they'll go with Akers again. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
No gain on the play.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And the Rams are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Stafford. And he's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. To throw is Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Allen Robinson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Santos with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First down, here's Mitchell. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Lance looking to throw it. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. But they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about getting some of their backups a little bit of work done. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
That's a gain of 3.
Stafford on 3rd down. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. From the gun, it's Lance. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And you see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, this is Akers.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Again, it'll be Akers. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
6-yard gain brings up 3rd and goal.
Now it's Stafford. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Well, in the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's looking almost certainly like this will be an 0-4 start to the season. Not too many positives to take from this performance as they trail big here in quarter number 4.
Complete to Charlie Warner. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So it's the Rams here to take home the W. And this one, Charles, too much Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, there's no question who the star of this game was. What a performance throwing the football. Over 300 yards, 4 touchdown passes. That's quarterbacking at an elite level.
So for Los Angeles, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0.